Hello, I'm Leo Brown. This is the What If It Is True podcast for today. Taking a look at our gospel reading, looking for that virtue and looking for the ways we can apply it and make it a part of our lives, make it obvious that what we believe is true because someone sees, wow, there's a virtue there, right? There's something obviously different in this individual. Gospel of Luke, chapter 16, 19 through 31. This is the story about Lazarus, right? Not the Lazarus who is Mary and Martha's brother who is raised from the dead, but this parable of Lazarus that this is the story about him dying and the rich man dying. And of course, they had this relationship of Lazarus begging at his gate and the rich man never giving him anything. And then, of course, at the end, the rich man begging God to let him warn his brothers about what this calamity that he's found himself in of eternal separation because of the opportunities he had to serve that he unfortunately declined. And then, of course, at the end, basically Christ says that God says that they will not listen to, this is Abraham speaking, if they will not listen to Moses and the prophets, neither will they be persuaded if someone should rise from the dead, right? An interesting parallels here between, of course, the historical Lazarus rising from the dead, Christ rising from the dead, and of course, there'll still be those who just don't care. They're not going to listen. But I think the lesson here is generosity and charity, right? Because what we see that the rich man fell short in are those elements, right? He was not generous. He was very stingy. He was not charitable. He did not give of himself and did not give of this person in need. And that's what we're called to do, right? If all the stuff we do in prayer and going to Mass and the sacraments do not lead us into that, if all it does is lead us into a more stringent practice, let's say, or a more me and Jesus only kind of deal, Scripture's full of illustrations like this, that this is ultimately what it comes down to. How much do we give of ourselves? How much are we able to reach out, and how can we serve? That's it. That's what it's about. If all the other stuff, as St. Paul says, if I do all of this, but I don't have love, it's a clashing cymbal, a clanging gong, right? It's noise. It's annoying, right? That's what it is. So we've got to be able to give of ourselves. Charity, generosity, those are the virtues. To find out more about What If It Is True, find us online at realliferadio.com, streaming 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Also in the Lexington, Kentucky area at 94.9 FM and 1380 AM. This is the What If It Is True podcast. I'm Leo Brown. God bless.